Tesla may expand China factory. Tesla has reportedly filed paperwork with the intent to expand its EV factory in China, coined Giga Shanghai. The potential expansion would allow the U.S. EV maker to produce more powertrains and up the number of vehicles it can manufacture. In addition, Tesla applied to produce its own battery cells at the factory. Tesla's Giga Shanghai produces Model 3 and Model Y vehicles for domestic consumption, as well as export. The factory currently has the production capacity to produce just shy of 1 million EVs annually. It produced 726,000 units in 2022. However, despite what we may have heard about demand concerns, it seems Tesla doesn't believe the factory's production capacity is as high as it needs to be. The Tesla factory in China started producing EVs in December 2019, just 1 year after factory construction began. Since then, it has become a major focal point for Tesla, and the most successful EV factory in the world. It was the company's second car factory, following the Fremont factory in California, which produces all 4 current Tesla models. According to a recent report published by Reuters, Tesla has requested regulatory approval to expand the factory and add a small battery line. The publication says an updated public notice shared that the potential expansion project could afford Giga Shanghai the ability to produce 1.75 million powertrains per year. Currently, the factory's annual powertrain production capacity is capped at 1.25 million. The battery filing reportedly shows that Tesla also plans to begin producing its own pouch battery cells on site. Tesla typically uses cylindrical battery cells, though it's now offering some standard range base models with LFP battery chemistry in the form of pouch cells. The publication notes that the application for the battery production line refers to it as a smaller, pilot line capable of producing 20,000 amp-hours of cells annually. Reuters says this is equivalent to the power of the cells in a single Model Y battery pack. Tesla denies rumors about new Model 3 production starting soon. Tesla may dial up Giga Shanghai production amid huge demand. Tesla also aims to set up new equipment for recycling the chemicals used for wastewater treatment at Giga Shanghai. Additionally, the U.S. automaker continues its efforts to ramp up production of its proprietary 4,680 cells in China. The paperwork doesn't specify whether Tesla is already aiming to move forward with the expansion, or if plans at this point are still tentative. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside EVS. Tesla Cybertruck production estimates revealed by Elon Musk. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has revealed the estimated production capacity the automaker will allocate to the highly anticipated Cybertruck. As is typical for any Tesla event, the most interesting and exciting information shared at yesterday's shareholder meeting came from the question and answer segment, in which shareholders inquired about everything from the Cybertruck to the Optimus robot project. During the Q&A segment, one of the most exciting pieces of information shared by the Tesla CEO was regarding Cybertruck production estimates. During the final half hour of the Q&A segment, Elon Musk revealed that Tesla could produce anywhere between 250,000 and 500,000 Cybertrucks annually. However, it should be noted that no timeline was provided on when this would be achieved. As pointed out by the Tesla CEO numerous times, Cybertruck's production hinges on a critical factor: demand. While it seems obvious that the Tesla Cybertruck will have an enormous amount of demand in the United States, which has long been a truck-dominated car market, the scale of that demand will quickly help determine the number of resources and funding made available for Cybertruck production. Sadly, even with the upper estimate of 500,000 trucks produced per year, with well over 1 million estimated reservations, Cybertruck reservation holders are likely still in for a long wait before the vehicle gets to their driveway. However, With specifications and pricing due to be announced as soon as next quarter, it may be worth the wait. Luckily, there is plenty of good news to go along with the potentially hampered production expectations. Most notably, with Tesla's now extensive experience with production growth, the Cybertruck could achieve a production ramp unseen on any previous Tesla model. Moreover, with an all-new exoskeleton confirmed to be coming on the truck, it could be far easier to produce than any truck in modern history. Source: reposted and summarized from William Johnson at Teslarati. Tesla starts talks to build a factory in India. Tesla has started talks to build an electric vehicle factory in India, according to a report. The move came after the company announced the development of a next-gen platform and 2 new car models. Tesla has offered to set up an electric vehicle manufacturing plant in India for domestic sales and exports, according to a Reuters source. In the past, the relationship between the country and the company was suspended due to the fact they could not find a compromise on the issue of Tesla entering the market. India refused the company's request last year for a tax cut on car imports that could be as high as 100%. India has pushed for Tesla to produce cars locally, but the company wanted to test the market with imports first. It was revealed on Tuesday that a group of Tesla senior executives would be visiting India this week. Reportedly, they plan to meet with federal government officials. The leaders were scheduled to meet with government officials, including from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's office. Reportedly, so far in talks, Tesla has not discussed lower import taxes with Indian officials. The company instead has offered to set up a new factory, although without specifying the location or amount of investment. In March, Tesla announced it had developed new car models based on a new generation platform. They will be produced according to a new method and using new technologies. All this will make them affordable to a wider range of consumers. Initially, Tesla planned to build a factory to produce new cars in Mexico and will start this soon. Since the new model will be more affordable than the existing ones, it could be a really big hit in a market like India. Tesla's development continues, which means it makes sense for the company to build a new factory in the country in order to supply the local market and export to other countries with affordable Tesla car models. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. Estimated Tesla order backlog weakened again. The estimated Tesla global electric car order backlog once again decreased in the second half of April. And it seems that it reached the lowest level since January 2022. And most likely the new low in a few years. According to Troy Teslike, an invaluable source for Tesla stats and forecasts, the estimated global order backlog as of April 30, 2023, was roughly 68,000, which is about 4,000 units or 5% less than 2 weeks earlier. The numbers are based on carefully tracked Tesla-related stats: production volume, average wait times for each model trim, as shown in the attached tweet. The number of 68,000 units corresponds to about 21 days of manufacturing capacity, down by 1 day in a matter of 2 weeks, according to the report. We know that the company applied a noticeable price cut on April 19, which indicates that Tesla is aware that it has to increase the value proposition to increase the volume. Production of Tesla cars is increasing. It recently reached 5,000 units per week in Texas. So there is constant pressure to attract more and more customers. Prices were adjusted in the United States several times. See the latest change here, including a deep cut in January and a noticeable cut in April, to balance supply and demand. It will be very interesting to see the results in May, but we guess that anything below 100,000 units is quite low for Tesla. considering the expected production of 1.8 million units annually. For reference, here are the numbers for previous periods' wait times. April 30, 2023, 68,021 days. April 15, 2023, 72,022 days. March 31, 2023, 102,028 days. March 16, 2023, 103,029 days. February 28, 2023, 106,030 days. February 15, 2023, 106,030 days. January 31, 2023, 87,026 days. January 15, 2023, 107,030 days. December 31, 2022, 74,023 days. December 8, 2022, 163,040 days. November 30, 2022, 190,044 days. October 31, 2022, 285,000. September 30, 2022, 299,000. August 31, 2022, 385,000. March to July, 2022. Around 470,000. January to February, 2022, less than 400,000. In terms of particular markets, the balance is still marked red too low for all major markets: United States, Europe, and China. In the US specifically, the estimated order backlog decreased in 2 weeks from almost 29,000 to almost 24,000, which represents about 20 days of supply, down by 3 days. In Europe, the number increased from over 21,000 to over 24,000, but the wait time is shorter a bit, probably because production is higher as well. In China, the situation is relatively stable at 11,000 to 12,000. Estimated order backlog. United States, 23,842 20 days, decreased by 3 days in 2 weeks. Canada, 2,295 34 days, increased by 11 days in 2 weeks. Europe, 24,423 23 days, decreased by 1 day in 2 weeks. China, 11,117 16 days, increased by 1 day in 2 weeks. Other, 6,354 29 days, decreased by 8 days in 2 weeks. Total, 68,031 21 days, decreased by 1 day in 2 weeks. Source: reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at Inside EVS. Tesla's Elon Musk and execs meet with Samsung chairman and team. Tesla CEO Elon Musk and some of his executives reportedly met with Samsung Electronics chairman Lee Jae-yong and others from the company on Sunday, May 14, 2023. Inside sources claim the two companies were discussing future cooperation related to next-gen technology for fully autonomous driving, among other related topics. Samsung is the most prominent chipmaker in the world, so it makes sense that one of the leaders in advanced driver assist systems would meet with the company. However, this was actually the first time CEO Musk and Chairman Lee have met in person. According to the Korea Herald, Samsung CEO Kyung Ki-yun and Foundry business chief Choi Si-young were also on hand for the high-profile discussion. This is not to say Tesla and Samsung don't have a history, however. The two companies have been developing self-driving chips since 2019. However, it appears the goal here may be to boost that relationship and take the technology to the next level. Samsung is reportedly hoping to win Tesla over as the US EV maker is also eyeing Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company as an option going forward. Tesla needs to ensure that Samsung, a company that has many other high-profile clients, can ramp up its efforts and make more chips for the automaker. Samsung also manufactures advanced chips for autonomous driving for companies like Mobileye and Nvidia, both of which Tesla has worked with in the past. After a lengthy battle with supply chain issues that resulted in a chip shortage impacting the entire global auto industry, it's projected that the chip market is poised for huge growth. Strategy Analytics and Research and Markets suggests the sector will be valued at a whopping $400 billion in 2024 and $700 billion in 2028. An anonymous source familiar with the details of the recent meeting between Tesla and Samsung chiefs shared that there was discussion about how the two could increase their levels of cooperation in the future. Moreover, the goal seemed to be combining forces to become obvious leaders in futuristic segments, such as fully autonomous driving technology. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside EVS.